Hello.
Hi.
Welcome back.
Welcome back, baby.
It's a catch-up episode, and we've got to start by saying...
What?
That we're not fat.
Your light just went off as you said that.
I'm so fat my light went off.
Go on, play your game quick.
If you know the
We
words
did
of
this
the
before,
song,
didn't we?
sing along. Sing along. If
You don't know me by now.
if you
Don't know me.
if you
If you want to get away with a galaxy and you can take it
No.
from right.
It's like the easiest song. If you
Bit more.
if you
If you want to take do it again.
if you want to
If you want to be my lover,
you gotta
okay.
get with my friends. Right.
Anyway, what were we saying? You were saying we're not fat and the light turned off, but now we're here. But it's all right. We've warned them.
Yeah, catch-up episode. I've got so much to catch you up on. Have you got so much?
I think
to
I
catch
have
me up?
actually as well.
Let's just roll the intro.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be upstanding and welcome,
The Unfiltered Bride Podcast. Tips from the top table and beyond.
so you know it's going to be juicy.
You'll never guess who sponsors the podcast again.
It's got to be our favourites, Crafty Lab.
If you're an avid listener, you'll know that they are the home of the viral wedding newspapers that I had at my wedding.
But we wanted to tell you even more about them, so let's do some quick fire tips.
Yes, okay, go.
You can fully personalise your newspapers. It's not a template. Each newspaper is completely different and you can write whatever you want, so it's all about you.
You can use them anywhere from ceremony chairs to wedding breakfast tables. Roll them up with string, choose a booklet option, or leave them flat. They all look bougie.
They can be fun and functional, crosswords, order a service, and taxi numbers.
And all those tips I give on TikTok. Think Irish goodbyes, meet the wedding party, your love story, anything and everything.
Printed in classic black and white or colour, there's loads of options to make sure they fit your wedding aesthetic.
It's easy. They basically do it all for you. And I am 100% certain that your guests are going to love it. So make sure you get your order in now.
Don't forget to use the code UNFILTERED for 10% discount too. How have you been? Busy week? Busy few weeks?
I think I've had the busiest week of my life.
Yeah, I feel like the last few weeks have been intense. So I want to talk about something that I'm seeing around at the moment. And for those of you who don't know, Brian's actually got a mic now.
Yeah, we let him have a mic.
He can butt in at any point, and I feel like he's going to love this topic. And I know you've seen it probably, but we haven't spoke about it.
No, I was going to say, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Girl maths. Girl maths, and I'm seeing it everywhere, especially when it comes to the wedding. It's like, pay for this 2 years in advance, so when it comes to the wedding,
Brian
it's
likes
free.
girl maths because all of the alcohol that's currently free in our garage was from the wedding, so that's wedding budget. That's different.
So girl maths,
Yeah.
is explain girl maths. to
Girl
me.
math is like how you can make something work in your benefit with money. So, for example, I bought bridesmaid gifts, proposal gifts, before I set the wedding budget, and therefore it was free.
I'm there's a TikTok. I'm gonna play it.
Wedding edition.
Okay.
So I've just started planning my wedding for 2025, which is just crazy. But here are some of the girl maths that I have been mathsing, and none of these will require any further explanation. Okay, so firstly, the venue we were looking at a Saturday, and then we realised that to have it on a Friday is £2,500 cheaper. So therefore, by choosing to have our wedding on the Friday, we have effectively made £2,500. Secondly, I was looking into wedding stylists, so like they would come and style your wedding, do all the decorations. A good one could charge £4,000. So I've decided to try and do it myself, and therefore, effectively, £4,000 has been deposited into my bank account. Our venue are allowing us to...
So that's girl maths. That's Hayley Sarrett on TikTok.
She's not wrong.
book a stylist, that's all I'm going to say. But it's basically saying that you've gained the money.
Yeah.
Not saved the money.
Not saving money.
You've got 2,500 to spend on something
But that's
else.
what I do with my couples. I'm like, cool, okay, so we have found, they might say, I like this photographer. And I'm like, oh, cool, okay, what about, I'm going to give you some other options just in case. What about this one? Oh, they're £1,000 less. So we're now going to put that £1,000 to the band. Mm-hmm. We don't save £1,000. Yeah. Either way, we're spending that budget.
So I love girl maths. So our financial guru, Frugal Spender, what do you think of girl maths?
I don't think it's ever going to be stopped.
True. It's like girl dinner. Girl dinner.
Is it like, why does boy maths not exist?
No, there is a boy maths. Hold on. Brian, tell me if you agree with this or not. Okay, I'm literally just going to pick the top one, so I have no idea what it is.
Girl maths. Yeah, I usually am pretty sad when I buy something. Yeah? It's like, I shouldn't have fucking done that. I'm like, I'm stupid. That didn't make any sense.
Like when you spend $500 on CSGO cases, you're like, I'll just open them and I won't get the money back.
Yeah, exactly.
Brian's laughing. Do we know what that means?
Hold on.
No, babe, I'm not going to get the $60 bottle of shampoo that'll improve my health and take care of my hair. I'm going to get the 6-in-1 hair, face, mustache, body, pee-pee, and poo-poo hole scrub that is $5, comes in a 60-gallon jug, and smells like acetone. It's definitely detrimental to my health, but I won't have to buy extra products and it'll last me forever. No, babe, I'm not getting
That is boy math.
Do you agree with boy maths, Brian?
I think what we've learned here is that girls are more frivolous and boys are more frugal.
Shut up, that's not true.
When it comes to weddings, it's definitely true.
Okay, to weddings. No. The fingers come out. No, boys are happy to make budgets until it comes to something that they want, and then they're like, oh, it's our wedding. We're going to do this once. When it came to cigars, funny how you find some budget for that.
We spent £100 on cigars.
That's a good
£100 more on something else that could have gone on.
Charger plates were 100.
Yeah.
No, they weren't.
They were for me.
Okay, so that's what I've been looking at girl maths. I thought it was funny.
Right.
So I had a bit of a situation.
Okay, good or bad?
Bad.
Oh.
At a wedding venue.
These fucking venues, man.
I mean, it actually wasn't the venue, but it was a guest from the day before the wedding. And when I say, I mean, I know I wouldn't say we favour the female on this podcast, but girls rule.
Whoop, whoop.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
That's why we let Brian have a mic.
Yeah. But he was the most sexist, misogynistic pig I have ever met.
Give us more background.
Vile.
Yeah, but what happened?
So I pulled up to the venue. We took vans and I drove as well. Pulled up behind our van and we were unloading. I had stuff in my car as well. And then the guest was taking stuff out of the main house into his car.
So from the day before,
yeah,
to get rid of, yeah.
And when I say there was a pathway, I wasn't on the pathway. I was on the gravel and there was a pathway next to me.
Yeah.
Like you could still
walk around.
Like, and I mean, there was multiple paths he could have gone on.
Yeah.
I just parked up, blah, blah. I waved at Aaron, I think. He was unloading the van in front of us.
Yeah.
And I heard a bang on my window and I was like, oh. Like, it was a quite an aggressive bang. He was like, move your car. And I was like, I rolled down the window. I was like, sorry? Excuse me? Sorry, can I help? He's like, move your car. And I was like, oh, okay. Oh, no, we're unloading too. Like,
yeah.
Cool. He's like, move your car, I'll get it moved for you. And I was like, sorry, who are you? Like, I didn't know whether he was part of this wedding, the venue, or whoever.
Like, if the venue come out and say, you need to, I mean, I'd hope they'd be nicer, but if you say you need to move.
And he was like, where did I get to? He said, move your car or I'll move it for you. And I was like, so who are you? And he was like I said, move your car or I'll move it for you. And I was like, why are you being so rude? He's like, I'm not rude, I'm direct. I don't beat around the bush. I tell you what I need. And I need you to move your car.
Ew.
And I was like, if you'd asked me nicely and said, oh, please can you move? I'd be like, of course, no worries. I'll get out your way. Not a problem. So then Aaron walked over because he was back around the corner. He could see this guy getting quite angry.
Yeah.
And he's like, sorry, can I help you? And he was like, tell her to move her car. And he was like, whoa, what's going on? And he was like, that's what's wrong with people these days. Women like you. Women are the problem. Women who won't do what men say. Blah, blah. And literally, you're quite taken aback. Like, you hear about these things. I was just like, fucking, and Aaron was like, excuse me? How dare you? Like, I was like, go Aaron for backing me up. Like, with all due respect, I will go on to being a female in this industry as well, because I know females do get quite a lot of grief actually when it
Yeah.
comes to wedding, and it's not talked about at all. Like as a bride, you probably don't even realize what goes on behind the scenes. He was like, how dare you, my ass? How dare you, my ass? Women like you are the problem. Women like you are the problem. Pointing his finger at me. And he was going to Aaron, walk away. And I was like, I'm here to do a wedding.
What are you do? Why did he need you to move
What?
the car?
Literally, he didn't. He was like, I'll scratch your car with my bags and all of this. And I was like, come on, my friend. Like, literally, if someone had said to me, please can you move your car? I'd be like, absolutely not a problem.
Did you move your car?
No. I
Then what
unloaded
happened?
what I did and then moved away. And then the venue came out, the guy from the venue, and he came up to me, like, the venue guy apologized to me. He was like, I'm so sorry, I don't think that's something right. Like, literally, that's not okay. And I was like, if he's anything to do with this wedding, I will not put any of my females in that position to be working around a man like that. Like, he goes or we go. Because, like, we have young females in this business. How dare you? Like, I had to take a moment after and be like, fuck.
Be like what?
Little cry.
Aww.
Because like, it was like the third or fourth day doing 15 hours straight, and I was just like, do you know what, my gender does not define me. And I think running a business as well, especially with cultural weddings as well, it's a difficult thing to be around because young women
You can't do anything.
can't do anything right. So that happened.
That was fun. Any
And-
nicer weddings?
Yeah, we've had that night. That wedding was amazing. It was gorgeous. Like, her family were amazing, his family were amazing. He was not part of that wedding. He was
Fine.
not part of the wedding that we were at. But I was just like, you know, I see it all the time with photographers as well, who are on the dance floor, men get inappropriate. Like,
So a photographer that I worked with on a day, how can I explain this without making it super obvious? Okay, there was a dance that was happening. It was not the first dance. It was a kids kind of dance.
so wait, what? What's a kids dance?
Okay, so there was like a family dance basically.
Okay.
So before the first dance, they wanted a chance because there was lots of kids there.
Yeah.
They wanted a chance for the kids to
Kids
all have a
disco.
dance. Yeah. So
It's like when you go on holiday.
Yeah, it's
kids,
like a fucking mini
kids off the
disco.
dance floor now.
Yeah, it was lovely, and the bride and groom had planned it, and it was really sweet. So I'm sending kids on, and this photographer is screaming at me, "Get these fucking kids off the dance floor!" And I'm like, first of all, don't swear in front of Sharp. Second of all,
Who the fuck are you talking to?
oh, first of all, they're meant to be on the fucking dance floor. And I was like, and I'm trying to go, this isn't the first dance. Like, I'm not an idiot. This isn't the first dance. It was a male photographer. I was like, this isn't the first dance. They're meant to be here. And the poor bride and groom are trying to encourage, because they're stood there waiting for kids to come on. I'm sending kids on. He's sending kids on. And it was just like, and then tried to mansplain to me after and I was like, if you read the day plan that I sent you, you'll see that it says family dance.
I mean, we don't get it a lot, but there are times being
Yeah.
a female in this industry.
Yeah.
It's goddamn hard, but I would say, people say it's like a women's world in weddings, but I don't think it is. Like, you've got DJs, bands, like predominantly a lot of them are male or like female leads on it.
Yeah, I would also say there's more male photographers. I don't know if I've made that up. There's definitely more male videographers.
But yes, definitely. But I've seen it before, posts on photographers have left wedding because male guests have been inappropriate on the. I think when people get a drink and have a drink and they, like, a lot of the time you'd like to think it's quite harmless, but boundaries have to be set, don't they?
I find it difficult to talk about this subject because I'm quite a strong female. So it'd take a lot for you to
offend you.
Yeah. Also because I can take a joke and I can be very banterful. So I do think sometimes it gets called out too early and I'm like, everyone's just having a laugh. Like, let's chill out a little bit. But there are times when I'm like, either this feels inappropriate or equally that vice versa, the other way, where I've had male suppliers come and say, can you help me with this? Because it's women. Like, especially I imagine that it's quite hard for that bit in the morning where if it's guys to come and do the whole dress getting on and stuff like that. That's why sometimes, again, I'm going to plug myself, but if you've got male photo and video, sometimes you need a woman. Sometimes you need a girl there because, again, that same wedding, it wasn't me that was there, it was actually male content creator, but her hair extension was coming out and he was like, it's fine, you can't see it. And she was like, yes, you can. She will not like any of these photos. Let me just do it. Put it back in for it. Like, you just sometimes need a woman to be like, lift your arm up, like put your boobs in the right place. That kind of, so I think it could be beneficial having all, but I just, most of the time, everybody works together nicely, but it's just a shame that you get, but then equally you get the odd woman, like I said the other week, where it was like, us girls stick together, and I'm like, absolutely not. There should just be no,
it's just respect.
Yeah,
like
just
mutual
be nice to everybody.
respect between females and males, but also like I've seen it where band members who are male and women have been inappropriate to band members as well.
100 people get, Brian gets it a lot,
Yeah.
and I'm like, girl, I'll knock you out. It's actually men that come over to Brian, they're
But
like, you're beautiful.
It's just a mutual respect
Yeah.
of males and females. There isn't like, it isn't a girl's world, it isn't a man's world. It's just, we're all here to deliver the end result.
Yeah.
But the way I was spoken to,
Yeah, it's mad.
I was just like,
Shook.
and then I've got to face up, get ready,
Yeah.
boss it for this bride. Like, and it's like the emotions you go through as a supplier, no matter what the hell you go through, you've got to show up every single day.
Yeah.
And be
Same
the best
energy.
you possibly can be.
Yeah.
And like, I do feel like you put a shield up sometimes, don't you? Where you're just like, right, it's an act.
Yeah.
And it's like, no matter what's just gone on.
I am a constant hype girl on a wedding. It doesn't matter how many weddings I've done in a row.
So please be
hype.
kind.
Yeah. Stop calling us fat.
Yeah. We're going to we actually got a TikTok comment saying that we eat too much McDonald's. Love a Mackey's. But fuck me. Like, look, you can disagree with what we're saying.
Yeah.
But don't come for the way I look.
Also, if you're going to disagree with what we're saying, I would like you to listen to the whole episode before you disagree with what we're saying, because sometimes it's a clip, and you know what? Sometimes the clips are made for conversation and to spark conversation. However, go and listen to it first.
We're not saying we're
fuck
skinny
off.
girls, are we? Like,
Oh, I wish one day. It's never going to happen.
but
for me, I'm
like,
afraid.
I just think people need to be a lot kinder.
Yeah, that's a bit deep for this first one.
Anyway.
Should I tell you what else I did?
Yeah.
Guess where I went?
You went to Italy, didn't
I
you?
went to Italy.
On an influencer trip.
I was an influencer on an influencer trip.
Tell us all about it.
Okay. So it was for a wedding venue in Italy.
Nice wedding venue.
Beautiful, actually. They're having, the only criticism I would have would be the bedrooms, which they're actually doing up in January. So I was like, awesome. But like, to me, the bedrooms were like proper Italy venue bedrooms.
Yeah.
So
it's kind of...
I had low expectations of like what bedrooms would be like anyway. So I was absolutely fine. Actually, going back to the whole weight thing, that was quite difficult because a lot of the girls that I was with were fashion influencers. And I don't know if you guys know me, but I am not a fashion influencer. Most of my clothes are from Primark. It's never really massively bothered me. But suddenly when you're surrounded by people that have got Gucci, but I don't even know what the bags were. Like, it's so out of my comfort zone. But I was like, oh shit, maybe I need to change a little bit. Maybe I need to actually start buying clothes that...
Go on, expand more.
Just like, I don't know. I felt very unattractive there.
I thought you looked lovely.
Thank you, but that's because that was one photo from 1,000 photos that were taken with the right pose and everything. It was weird to be surrounded by, but what I will also say is, fucking hell, I'm impressed with, you know, when someone says they're an influencer and you're like, like I actually don't put myself on that influencer because I have a full-time job. This is their full-time job. The work they put in is mad. Like, to take the good photos, to make sure that they're telling you who they're wearing, to link to who they're wearing, to represent themselves properly, to make good content, is mad. It does make me want to do a bit more. My goals for next year is YouTube and do a bit vloggy stuff. But no, it was weird to be surrounded by women that were bossing it but also looking great whilst they're doing it.
Yeah.
I was like, maybe I need to look great whilst I'm doing it.
Oh, you do?
Oh, thanks. I appreciate that. But it was weird. It was great though. The trip was amazing. So we did, what did we do? Got there. What did we do? Mood board class, where we sat and did like a little wedding mood board. So all the people that came were either past brides or getting married. So I kind of fit into the past brides, but also wedding plan a bit. So we did mood boards. We had this most amazing brunch thing. Like, the food was incredible there. We did yoga. We did Aperol spritz and pasta making. They did a surprise night out. So we went around this corner and then this Hummer limo came out, which was hilarious. Went to go and see Mount Vesuvius. Randomly got on some guy's boat, which was weird and not planned. What else do we do? Oh, we had like a gala dinner that you would have loved. The styling inspo. It was really nice, really nicely done.
What would you say you took from the trip?
That I'm going to do a vlog. I'm going to start a YouTube and do a vlog, because I forget that people are actually quite interested in the lives of what we're doing. Mm-hmm. And looking at the week I've just had, actually, I can see why. Because I was saying to one of the girls, she does like YouTube a lot, and I was like, yeah, but why are people watching? She's like, I don't know. I don't know what they're watching for.
Yeah.
Like hers is more fashion heavy, so mine would be more wedding heavy. But I was like, I just find it so weird to think that people watch stuff. But then we also find it really weird that people watch the podcast.
Yeah, that's
So
true, yeah.
I think it's just, yeah, I took away from that I want to do some vlogging stuff. And that I'm actually quite impressed by the whole influencer world. And do you know what? The wedding industry doesn't use influencers effectively.
No.
Like if I look at Brian's financial stuff, the banks, the apps, they all know that going through influencers is an amazing way to promote stuff. Whereas the wedding industry, we don't really do it.
I think it's hard because no one wants to give a wedding away for free.
But it's
Like a lot of the
Yeah.
wedding stuff happens on the wedding day, you know?
yeah.
I can see dresses, I can see bridesmaids' dresses, I
Yeah.
can see rings, I can see all of that.
But how much do people pay for marketing?
Exactly that.
This is the thing, the marketing budget, I think people just forget about the influencer world. So if there's any influencers out there who would like to #collab, let me know. It's opening up my eyes to the whole influencer world, to be honest.
Nice.
But yeah, it was fun. It was really nice to be on a trip away. But the problem is, so I booked Norway, obviously, to do the kayaking thing because I'd never been away by myself. And then this trip came up and I was like, well, yeah, I want to do that. So then I got back from Norway, had a crazy week at work, went to Italy on the Monday, came back on the Thursday and had Friday, Saturday, Sunday weddings.
What would you have done if your flight got delayed?
Got somebody else there. But I'd left, I think we got back on Thursday night. No, Thursday like 6 p.m. and then Friday wedding. But the thing is, you could say that about anything. That's like, what if I drive to a wedding and my car breaks down?
Exactly.
I'll still get there. But they were really nice weddings. I was lucky that so I was in Swindon, London, Essex.
So it went.
So
in a
it
three.
worked out nicely.
Nice. How were
what-
your weddings?
Really nice. So Friday's wedding was like super nice. You styled it, didn't you? Mm-hmm. It looked beautiful. Just like really just really nice people, really chill.
They are so chilled.
So chill. They just were there to have a nice time. And I was like, yeah, I can be involved with that. Saturday's wedding, I am going to talk about the venue.
Ooh.
So they are called, and I'm calling them out, they are called Wild by Tart. Centre of London, literally by Victoria Coach Station. I was a little bit nervous of doing like Centre of London wedding because I didn't want to drive it. Like I was a bit worried about all of that. Wedding was stunning. They had a church, but then they had the like proper gospel choir thing, and the song that she walked down the aisle to was insane. We then went over to the venue lady, so nice, really nice to me. She was like, you do what you're doing, we'll do what, and I was like, yeah, cool. Came to food time and I was like, oh, is there somewhere where we can sit that's like, because I'll do some TikTok stuff on it because it looked stunning, but it was just kind of like one room, and I was like, oh, is there somewhere we can sit where we're just like out of the way? She was like, yeah, just go round the corner in there. They'd set up a fucking table, a long table. It was already laid. There was already food on the table for us. There was drinks on the table for us. Like I have never in my whole entire life been looked after like that.
Nice.
And I said to her, I was like, this is honestly, because it then meant when they did speeches and stuff, we'd already eaten, we'd sat and chatted, we'd charged our stuff, and then we were back ready to...
I think London venues just fucking nail it every time. I love and hate working at London venues. Hate it because of access and transport and all of that fun stuff. But when I say they absolutely nail it,
I've
nail it.
Never ever. But like to me, all venues, caterers and stuff like that, get the supply food done. Get cold stuff and go. We had like, to be fair, it wasn't cold. It was like the potatoes and cauliflower. Like it was amazing. It was all on the table, and they were basically kind of like, there you go, keep yourself occupied. We're now doing all of this, and it was amazing.
Yeah,
And
no,
I like that.
London venues, like when I say they nail it, every single big venue we've worked at in London.
Yeah, but this
Just
one was like a
fashion.
cute little restaurant.
Yeah,
it was lovely.
I think it's because I might get a bit of hate for this actually.
Go on.
But fuck it, you will hate me anyway. London suppliers and vendors may be a little bit more high maintenance.
Yeah.
Like their riders and stuff, and their requirements are a little bit
Stricter.
So their venues are so used to.
Yeah, true. Because I just came along and was like, I don't need anything from you. I'll just do what I'm doing.
Yeah, no, I think like not high maintenance is the wrong word, but it's
High expectations.
high expectation. Well, they're a premium supplier.
Yeah, that is
a
true.
premium vendor. They expect.
Yeah. The only thing that was difficult is that something got left at the church, which was a 15-minute walk. So I went back to get it. Wasn't there. So I rang back to the thing and they were like, no, we've got it. So I got a taxi back because I had to be back in time for the first look of the room. got there and they were like, no, we haven't got it. And I was like, fuck. So I had to ring the church, and luckily one of the guys there was like, I'll bring it. I was like, you're a hero. So I found him a nice little glass of champagne from the thing. But it was just a really nice, and so, okay, so I'm going to say it again, even though I know I've said it on here before, but roaming bands. Oh my God. If you're getting towards the end of your wedding and thinking I've got a bit of budget left, please get a roaming band. It was epic. It was literally set the tone for the entire night.
I feel like they spread the energy in the vibe.
Yeah. We worked out, so the bride and groom went outside to do a couple of like darker photos, and they had a bit of a turnaround time, I think, or there was like, you know, like that turnaround you said about was boring when you did it. Hour and a half.
I didn't
kind of thing.
say it was boring.
Okay, sorry. The lull. You hate the lull. So they went out and I was like, oh my God, I'll get the roaming band to bring them back in, like an entrance. So they played them all back in, and everyone was just sat at their tables having dessert, but everyone was then stood up at their tables. And then they were doing like Stacey's Mum, like those kind of songs. So everyone was singing, and then that led straight into the first dance.
Yeah,
so
no,
there was no
that
lull.
energy's got to be back.
It depends what kind of party you want though, because they were like hype people.
Did you have a wedding on Sunday?
Yes. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Wedding was stunning. They had everything, but like nicely done. Kind of, you know, those weddings where you're like, yes, you can go and have popcorn bar, you can go out to the ice cream, you can go and play with lawn games, you can, but you don't have to do anything. It was kind of like you could do whatever you want. Yeah, photographer was questionable, but yeah, no.
So
Yeah.
I want to talk about bad guest etiquette on the wedding day.
Happily.
Because I keep seeing this happen, and it's really fucking me off. If you put your jacket to reserve your seat on your chair, you are killing the styling, the photos, and it's goddamn rude. You've got a name place,
But
you're not going anywhere.
can I throw something back at you? Because I totally agree. People need coat racks.
Yes.
Because I've thought about this a lot recently. Not a lot. Yeah, but for the guys, when there's a good jacket, where are they putting it?
Put it on the drinks reception chair or something.
What do you mean the drinks is outside? You're outside.
Hey, there might be honestly.
Yeah, but then there's like 40 jackets that look the same.
I'm willing to go to war.
I mean, I'll go to war with you because I will help. I agree with you wholeheartedly.
But I don't know
if you've got nowhere to put your jacket, but boys don't know not to go and put it on a table.
This is my whole point. I don't think guests realise like what's good and what's bad to do at a wedding. So I want from you
How many?
3.
No, I can do more than that.
5.
5, yeah.
5 tips on what makes you a bad guest on the wedding day that you probably don't realise that you're doing.
Ooh. Okay. Number 1 is putting your jackets on the back of chairs before you've all gone in and been called to be seated.
Agree.
Number 2 is swapping seats.
Awful.
If you swap seats, I will happily headbutt you. Like, you don't realise how much stuff that changes. Even if you're just swapping around on the table, don't do it, because when they come over and bring all the food, it goes to the right people. Stop doing that. And there's a reason you've been put where you've been put.
I feel like people just don't like being dictated to, do they?
No.
They're like, I'm not being told to sit.
Number 3 is this is really specific, so I'm really sorry, but it just annoys me. Don't bring your reception drink into the wedding breakfast. Finish it. I don't like it when there's 7 other glasses that are half empty on the table.
Nah.
No, there's no need. You've got a flute for the champagne, you've got wine, you've got water, and then they're bringing over the Aperol Spritz glass. Or, okay, let me change it slightly, because I can see you mad at me. Don't bring over 4 glasses from the reception drinks because you think you're not going to get a free drink anytime soon. That's fair. Brian, you've got a microphone. Do you remember that wedding where they were all bringing 6 different drinks and putting them all on the table? And how full was that table?
So my argument is,
you know when they
he's
come
not even
in,
listening to us.
Fuck's sake. You know when they all come in for the wedding breakfast and they all bring like 6, so they grab like 3 Aperol Spritz quick from the reception drinks to bring onto the table and then put them on the table, and then they fill the tables with their glasses. Yeah. It's annoying, isn't it? Yeah, but where's the food going? It doesn't fit.
You're not listening.
Go on.
As a guest,
Yes.
do you really know what time you're going to get called through? Like, are you paying attention to the clock?
How many weddings have you done?
You're not clock watching.
How many weddings have you done where there's a
You're not clock
order
watching.
of the day?
Yeah, but people don't read it and be like, oh,
Then why are we doing it?
It's 4:40.
Then why are we doing it?
Through. They might have just ordered a drink from the bar. Of course they're going to bring it over.
It just annoys me, man.
But anyway, number 3.
You can't tell me that when they take photos of the styling.
But this would all been done before guests get called through.
Yeah, but they still come in and put their drinks on.
No.
Same as when they can put the bag and the jacket.
Nah, I disagree.
Bag, jacket, Aperol Spritz.
Okay, next.
Number 4 is moving anything at somebody's wedding.
Give me more. I feel like there's more to this.
There's more to this. When people take off the centerpieces from the table, put it on the floor.
Stop
I swear on my life. Because,
it.
like, I get it. You want a bit more room. You want to be able to see everyone. But they paid so much money for that centerpiece. Just don't move it.
I've not seen that.
Oh, quite often.
How often? 1 in
4.
Fuck off.
Yeah, swear.
Literally, that's criminal.
Yeah, and within all this, it's like sometimes they'll move signage because it's in the way of something. Sometimes they'll move like furniture. Sometimes they'll mess around with candles. They'll blow out candles because they're annoying. Just leave everything alone. Just don't touch anything. Last one. Bad guest etiquette. Talking.
Right.
The amount of people that talk in ceremonies and talk through speeches is starting to wind me up.
That fucks me off in speeches.
Starting to wind me up. I want to go over and go, shh, shh. Like, I get that it's probably not the most interesting part of the day for you. Shut up and listen. Just shut up and listen.
That's rude.
And they're talking about, somebody was on their phone the other day. Somebody was ringing and I was watching. And then he answered it to be like, oh, yeah, no, I'm just at a wedding. No, I'll speak later. And I'm like, don't fucking answer it. Don't answer it. Don't talk.
Rude, man.
I've got more. I reckon I can do 10.
Go on then.
Don't wear white.
6.
7.
7.
Number 7 would be, don't be late.
8.
Don't be rude to the staff.
9.
Don't.
Oh my God, someone was so rude to someone at a wedding we were styling.
Who? What? When?
So we were, beautiful venue.
Where?
Exeter. The Deer Park.
Yeah.
Really, actually, they were really good to us as well.
Good.
Really, really nice staff. Nothing was too much. We absolutely bossed it.
It was the dog.
We absolutely bossed it, and like we were so happy with it. Like 10 that
Yeah.
was. That, when I say that linen was chef's kiss.
Yeah.
Like literally made me really happy. I was like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, that looks good. Anyway, so we were there, and then this guy come round because it was like a
Guest.
Yeah, it was really weird. It was like a double bar, but there was like a wall in between. So like the middle bit was like a walkway to the bar and a sink in the middle, and then the other side out was the bar. So obviously that side was drinks reception. There was door to come into the venue, and then like another bar. So it was like bar for wedding breakfast, bar for drinks reception space. And this guy walked around. He's like, "Excuse me, there's no one serving on the bar." And he was like, "No, sir, I am. I'm just making a cocktail." He was like, "We need more staff then, because there's no one at the bar." And he was like, "Sir, cocktails do take a little bit longer than time." He was like, strolled up to him. He was like, "Don't speak to me like that. I'm aware that cocktails take time." He was like lad behind the bar, and I was like, and then we were all in the room as well, and I was like, oh, and I was like, what? Oh,
stop it, man. Just no, guys. Just don't invite anyone to your wedding that's gonna be like this.
It was just like, and you could see that the guy had to take like 10 minutes out, and I was like, you know what? That's gonna put him off the whole. Like, he's not gonna be on his top form for the whole duration. But the venue was amazing. The styling was stunning. The bride looked amazing because Pat was photographing, and he was saying like she's not the most confident. And like when I saw the photos, I was like, she bang, she bossed it. Like,
nice.
He was saying the hair and makeup artist made her feel like golden.
Good.
Anyway, yeah.
What was I on? 9.
9.
Okay, so number 9 is slightly controversial, but I'm gonna do it. Don't request music.
Really?
Yeah, don't. They've picked songs.
What if it's shite though?
I know.
And there's no one on the dance floor.
Then I would I feel like you've got to judge the situation. But majority of the time, they have sat down and they have picked songs. And there's nothing worse than seeing people trying to go over. You know when you put a song on at home, and then you're just getting into it, and then someone changes the song, you're like, "Oh, gives you the fucking right to change my song." So just like sense the mood, but don't pick music unless they've got something where it's like choose a song or request things. Like, just don't. And number 10, you got any?
You were the one that wanted to do this.
No, you were the one that wanted to do it. I just made it 10.
Bad guest etiquette.
I'm just thinking the things that I see in. Oh, okay, yeah. When it's group photos and you're being annoying, when you're like
hanging around,
or you wander off, or you, like I saw some the other day where they're like, "Okay, right, everybody tuck in," and he's like messing around and being like, "Ooh, I'm gonna lie on the floor," and it's like, "Ha, stand up."
You're not funny.
Like, we've got half an hour to do these photos, and they're long already. Like, shut up and get in line. They're my bad. Can you tell I go to a lot of weddings and see a lot of guests and piss me off?
Yeah. So I want to ask you some questions.
Okay. About what?
How do you feel about standby guests? So they're evening guests, but if someone drops out on the day, they'll be the first one to be replaced.
I can answer this very effectively. I don't think you should call people. I don't think they should know they're standby guests. We had 2 people drop out, so I messaged 2 evening guests and said, would you like to come?
Oh, I
don't know how they feel. I think we had a joke about it after.
How close were you to them?
Close enough for them to be evening guests.
Who was it?
Like friends.
Who?
You won't know who they are anyway.
Who were they? Were they at the wedding?
Yeah, they came. No, but you weren't like Ben and Kate.
Who were they?
I don't think they were on your table. No, they weren't.
Oh.
Yeah, no, they were just like they were mates. Like I wouldn't expect to go to the full day of their wedding either. And then but exactly the same place. If they then said, actually, do you want to come in the day? I'd be like, yeah, of course.
Yeah. Okay.
And I managed to make them like name cards and stuff in time. I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
Okay.
I just think like as long as both parties kind of know what's happening, then you're good.
Okay. My next question.
Go on.
Table names versus table numbers. So like if you're on table 12 out of 12, you know you're on the last table.
I think table numbers is lazy.
Ooh.
Sorry. No, I don't. That's not true.
I like a table number. It's clean, simple.
No, but but I'm pro personality. Like table
I
numbers.
haven't got a personality.
No,
I'll have
but like
table 1 to 10, please.
Yeah, but you're pro aesthetic. So table 1 looks beautiful. I just think it's a really easy opportunity to get some personality in.
And it's really easy to say you're at the bottom of the pile.
Yes, yeah. So like we did songs of big moments of our life, and then we did the song, and then we wrote a little bit about why it was the most. I think we did that. I just think it's a really, really, really cheap and effective and easy way to do something. Like I'm trying to think. Let's give some ideas of what you could do.
Formula 1 cars.
What the fuck? Where did that come from?
I think. I just had a conversation just about it. I like Formula 1.
Okay, no, that's fine. That's what I mean.
There's one thing that's
I've done ones where they went for walks, like their favourite walks, and it had the route.
You know the West Ham wedding? They had football players.
Cute. The one that I did, the stunning one that was the other week, they had their horses. Mm-hmm. So they must have been bougie because they had like 16 tables, 16 horses.
I've seen people with places they've travelled.
Yeah. I do like when they do the year and they do the baby photos or the year of them two in it. So the 6th year of being together.
I like that, but I just don't like it on the tables. Like,
Depends what the photos are like. Black
you
and
can't
white.
like you've got a killer decor and you whack in a kid's photo. It just don't hit right with me. But I love
again pro aesthetic.
Love the idea.
Yeah.
So just maybe somewhere else in the wedding.
Yeah.
I'll
okay.
accept, but just don't kill my style.
Okay, fine. Favorite foods?
People have done drinks,
songs again. Like it could be songs. Your favorite songs?
Someone did Only Fools and Horses the other day.
Brilliant.
Catchphrases from there.
Or quotes,
characters.
We were gonna do. Why didn't we do this, Bri? I think if we changed the music, we were gonna do, and you'll hate it, but I know that a wide audience will love it. We were gonna do the one with and then do a different. So we were gonna do the one with the proposal and do like our engagement story. The one with the time Brian got bit by a baby tiger and like do a little. So they were gonna be fun, but you don't like Friends, so you wouldn't have appreciated that. So Isla's birthday. By the time this episode airs, Isla's birthday would have been gone, and that party was all Friends themed.
Yeah, that's just cruel. You're instilling.
She did that. We started it. I'm not gonna lie. We started it, and then she got a bit obsessed with it. More questions.
Okay, so, I want to tell you, I went and got my bracelet done, welded.
Cute.
And I think it's a really good bridesmaid's little
present.
Or
how did you get them there though?
Maid of honor. You just take that. Like obviously they've got loads of different stores. And I think you can get it done a lot cheaper from different places. So just type welded bracelets, and I think it's a really nice little activity to do. Like it's forever on you.
Let's see how many episodes in it's still there.
She's such a fucking pessimist.
No, I wanted it. And I think it was Brian.
You're just jealous.
Brian, will you get me one?
So I got my birthstone on it.
That's
and
cute.
I did it with my friend.
Gold.
And I just think how cute.
That is very
Instead
cute.
of like giving a bracelet.
I think you should do it. Maybe. Do you mean as the bridesmaid proposal?
Maybe, yeah.
I'm thinking it'd be better as the bridesmaid gift.
Yeah.
All go together before the wedding, have them done.
So you've all got them on the day.
That's very cute.
Yeah.
If yours last ages, I'm getting one.
Okay, fab. Well, they replace it for you if it comes.
No, I know, but you
off.
got to go in, haven't you?
Fine. So, what I want to talk about,
is
trends for 2024, 2025, what are your predictions? And then I'll tell you mine.
You've just thrown this at me.
Yeah, I like throwing it in there. Do you want me to go first or do you want to go first?
I'll do one. Let's take him to
Yeah, okay.
I think weddings are going to get more traditional.
Ooh.
I think people are going to go back to the old school father of the bride style weddings because we've had the era of like go mad, go wild. I think we're rolling back into the more traditional. Like even now, I think with the colours and stuff, it's all going back traditional.
Do you see?
Yeah,
I
it's
feel
all
like
whites.
no. I feel like things are going to change.
Go on then, you do
I feel
one.
like things are going to get even more relaxed.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I think it's going one or the other.
So I feel
Have you wrote them down?
Yeah,
You're
I've
such
got-
a little nerd.
I've written these down. I'm going to do a blog about it. I think 2-day affairs are going to be one of the biggest ones that really come into play. Like you technically did a 2-dayer, but you did it on 2 separate days. But the 2-day affairs, even like the brunches, the pre-dinner parties, like the 2-dayers is literally what I'm seeing.
Don't disagree with that.
For 2024, I mean, it's happening now, but I feel like it's gonna. When we say the trends, we think it's just gonna happen even more. Like these things are happening.
What would you say were the trends of this year then?
Trends of this year, literally ivory and gyp.
Yeah, champagne towers.
Audio guest books.
Yes.
Black and white photo booths.
Yeah.
I
feel like, so I was speaking to a videographer about this actually because he was a bit older, so didn't really do TikTok and stuff. And he was like, I feel like in the last 2 years, weddings have totally changed purely from TikTok.
Yeah.
And I was like, I totally agree. Because all the weddings I see, I'm like,
content creators,
yeah,
it's been huge this year. Like they're the things that
people go down a TikTok hole, get loads of stuff from it. Like I agree, do it. But then you see it all and you're like, oh my God, yeah, this is literally all TikTok.
The long stem bouquets have been huge this year. So
have we had many celebrity weddings this year?
quite a few actually, yeah.
Only Sophia is who I can think of.
Ollie Murs.
Yeah.
That was a banging one.
Yeah. Olivia Atwood.
Olivia Atwood.
They're the only ones I can think of though.
There has been more.
Has there? Okay, what else? What's your other trends?
Dress changes. I know they're happening anyway, but I feel like there's going to be more of a bigger deal made out of it.
Yeah.
So like the cocktail reception entrance, instead
more
of
a
like
thing.
more of a thing.
Yeah. Cocktail hours, I think, are going to get even bigger. Yeah. That was what that roaming band wedding had. They had a roaming band and espresso martinis, and my God, that was a pick me up. Like everyone was high as a kite.
The
then
cocktail
for
hours,
dancing.
but like that's when you get introduced in your new dress instead of doing like the first dance and the cake cut and all of that. It's like I'm coming in, I'm going to have a cocktail with you all in my new dress, and then
we're into a different vibe.
The party starts a lot earlier.
I wish we had a roaming band at our wedding. That's something I would have added on now in hindsight.
I feel like cake cutting and stuff, I feel like that's starting to dip out a little bit more now.
I think cake makers are starting to hate me because every time people say, where can I save money? Cake is like a really obvious one. But no matter what I say, I'm going to offend somebody because if I say no favours, I get favour companies like,
I love the heart cakes.
I love the heart cakes.
That's big this year, but I think it's going to be even bigger next year.
Yeah.
The just married or the initials. What else is on my list? Oh, this is the one I'm excited for.
Go on.
So, different coloured bridesmaids dresses. I know we were doing like the shades. Yeah. But basically you then match the flowers to the shade of the dress.
I've seen a few Pinterests of
that.
So
it's not like all your bridesmaids have the same bouquet. So if one's in like lilac, one's in sage,
then what
one's
colours
in
do you do on the
pink.
tables?
We did a wedding the other day and it was like a pastel florals, 3 different coloured pastel candles, a neutral tablecloth, and when I say it bangs, do you want to see a photo of it?
Yeah.
It fucking bangs.
Because it's giving me rainbow vibes.
Nah. Like when I heard the brief on it, I was like, because I didn't style this one. It was one of my head of design, and this is like her flair. Like to me, this I'm like, oh, I can't process this, and that's why she's better at it than me.
I'm stressed.
Her bouquet was like very wild and whimsical. You'd quite like its colour.
Oh, fine. Yeah. So for people watch, it's like, you know, like the Wild Meadow kind of like grabbed a bouquet of flowers. Oh, fine. It's very much your Bridgerton-y one.
Bridgerton, but with a neutral tablecloth, which like stops it feeling like a big...
So then some of the bridesmaids had the blue, some of them had the pink. Okay, fine. All right. I was picturing like full on rainbow and I was like, I'm not there for that.
So I love seeing that. That's one thing I'm going to see.
I want to see more coloured tablecloths.
Yes. What else did I put on?
I also think timings might start changing soon.
Yeah.
I think people might start going for later ceremonies.
Film photography is film photography and videography is huge.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
How do you feel about the blurry photos?
I like them. They're a vibe.
I love them, but I think I'd be upset if I spent thousands of pounds on a photographer and the photos blurry.
Yeah, I feel like
because I think there'll only be a vibe now.
A few edgy ones.
Yeah, okay.
I love
They're good for your Instagram. But
I love the Polaroids.
Yeah.
They're cool.
Yeah. I just don't think in 30 years from now we'll be like, look at this blurry photo of me.
Yeah.
But it's very Instagrammable.
And big, colourful, airy fairy florals are like dominating next year.
Yeah, because floral dresses are coming back in, aren't they?
Yes.
I do like a floral dress.
And long tables. A mix of table styles, like mix of squares and rounds, is making a really big comeback.
Yeah, I was really happy with our squares.
Yeah.
Because I hadn't really seen them much.
I'm doing a wedding with a square,
a
rectangle, a circle, and an oval.
I don't know how I feel about it.
And let me tell you, when you see the photos of it, you're going to be like, fuck me, that's good.
Oh.
Like, because it's like in a marquee, we're dressing the whole marquee. It's like, you see it on Pinterest.
You're going to have to sell me on that when you've done it, because I don't know how I feel about it.
Honestly, I'm going to get Jess to send me a photo.
Yeah, try and get something, because I'm not sure.
Honestly, 10 out of 10. It's trying to be different. It's like, we're not trying to be different, but it's going to look mega.
I like when things are not done just because they're done. So I'm on board with it. I just don't know how I feel about it. But I've got a bit OCD matchy stuff though. I do like things to...
Honestly, when I show you this, you'll be like, oh, okay, it makes sense.
Any more trends?
No, but I want to ask you now what trends are going out of fashion.
Ooh. Okay.
And we can go one-to-one if you want.
Okay. You've wrote them down. You should give me like a brief before we come.
No, absolutely not.
Okay, hold on. Let me think of what trends. Father-daughter dances.
Oh, okay.
I loved my father-daughter dance, but I don't see many anymore.
Yes, no, I agree.
But I also think it's because people don't know where to put them. So I would like to say that I put mine at the start of the second set of the band. So just to give you a little idea, they don't have to always be this like father-daughter dance. It could just be more of a tell the band, we want this song first before you start your next set. Call everyone on, we'll start, and then everyone joins.
You're going to hate the one I hate. You're going to hate the one I'm going to say.
Oh, what? Did I do it?
Pointless signage.
No, you can get fucked.
Pointless.
No, I
fucking
totally
signage.
Disagree.
I do
the
not.
signage on our wedding made one of my favourite things.
Yeah, but I don't think yours was pointless.
It was pointless. Definitely.
No,
I enjoyed the pointlessness of it.
I don't need to know where the toilets are on a sign.
Yeah, but you do actually, Brian.
And I don't need to be like...
Brian, get your microphone.
And I don't...
How many times at a wedding at that same venue do you get asked where the
But I
toilets
feel
are?
like
No, wait.
that should
Brian?
be the venue's responsibility. I don't need to get a sign
there's nothing
made.
worse than going to have to ask somebody where they are. Brian, how many times?
I don't think there should be signs for it.
The fuck? They ask you every 5 minutes.
It's like I agree with that.
I don't like
it should
the
just be
wooden
on.
arrows, though.
It should make sense.
Well, the venue should have their own
Yeah,
signs.
that's what I just said.
Okay, fine. Sorry,
I don't also need to be like, wedding this way.
Oh, you mean all of that?
Yeah, like, like the wooden
but
arrow.
But then as suppliers, for us, sometimes they're actually really helpful.
I get it, but that is something that is coming.
Is there a cooler way of doing it?
Yeah. So the Deer Park in Exeter, I freaking loved because they had signage, right? And it was like, you're nearly there, we promise. Like,
cute.
And it was like funny on the way.
Yeah,
and I was
yeah.
like, do you know what that makes? That's one, it's informative, but it's also like...
They've got the same at the Fish Hotel. The one that I did down there, it's got exactly the same thing where it's like, keep going.
Keep going. Promise it's only a few more bumps. I know they're annoying. Like, it was like that. And I was like, oh, that's cool.
That's
like,
cool, yeah.
And it like makes you like, again, it makes you laugh. Good vibes, good energy.
Yeah.
It shows kind of what venue it
But then
is.
there's nothing more stressful than not being able to find where they're going.
Yeah, but I think that's one of the things.
So you're okay with all my pointless stationery?
No, I like the cutesy stuff and the
because I had all the
stuff.
like funny stuff.
Yes, I'm fine with that.
Puns.
But what I'm saying is, like the arrows and like
the wooden. Yeah, because I feel like we've come away from the rusticness.
Rustic's gone.
So how do you sign point it?
Just cute, funny signage.
Maybe a little. I know what I would do if it was me. I would do some our faces, and stick them in the ground on the route. Because you got to know where you're going, hun. You got to know where you're going. Not everybody's
I
good
feel
on
like
WhatsApp.
we're so opposite. It makes me feel sick.
I'm going to stick little faces of you everywhere.
You go.
Cake cutting.
Cake cutting.
Can I just say again? I love cake. I love wedding cake. I'm not telling people not to have wedding cake, but just because you have a wedding cake doesn't mean you have to cut it.
I said that to my client the other day. I was like, they're not the most.
It's just an awkward
They're
moment.
like awkward. They're not awkward people, but they'll be like he'd be like, what's with this now? What do I do
either
now?
got to feed it to each other and have a laugh and blah blah blah, or don't do it.
What I said is like, what's quite nice is if you wanted to do it privately.
Yes.
When you do your first look of the room, maybe cut the cake.
No, you can't do it then.
Why?
Because everyone's coming in.
Cut the back of it. No one's going to see it.
They will.
Or just get some photos with it.
Yeah, get some photos with it. But I've done it before where we've gone when everyone's left and done a private cake cut.
I think it's awkward in front of people. I think that's the whole point of it is come around and get your cameras. And
Would
take
you like
photos
some
and
tips?
So I want to hear your 3 tips on how to make cake cutting not awkward.
Okay, easy. Number 1 is, you hate this, but somebody needs to count it down. The day you
that
cut
is like
your cake.
DJ Dave going,
No.
everyone to the dance
but I'm
floor,
not on about
please.
DJ Dave.
Everyone to the dance floor.
I'm on about...
Your evening food is now ready to be served.
I'm on about a best man being like, ladies and gents, get around, we're going to do the cake cutting, right, everybody fight. Because if you don't count down for it, it's fucking awkward. I'm telling you that for free, because nobody knows when to take the photo. The photographer doesn't know when to take the photo. One of you's pushing the cake knife, one of you isn't. You just need a cool... And then it's cool when everybody then counts and claps.
And then when no one claps and you have to start the clap like...
Basically, they're awkward anyway, but a countdown, I promise, helps. Number 2 is it has to be en route to something else. It is a filler. If you're going to do a cake cutting, it needs to be at the end of the meal to then shoo everybody out, or it needs to be just before the first dance. Do it in the middle of the dance floor, and then I will move the cake out of the way and you go into a first dance.
Why are you talking 100 miles per hour?
Because it's really important. Number 3, a final tip for not making cake cuttings awkward, is have a laugh with each other. Like, I think you need to agree that you're not putting cake in each other's face, so that then you can do the little icing, eat off thingy, because they're cute photos. Beth, you just shouldn't do a cake cutting.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
We didn't do one.
No.
We didn't have a cake. We had brownies.
So
Wait, do we have any more trends that go out?
I don't want to offend people if they've booked things.
What do you mean?
Like,
yeah, but can we just say, when we're saying about trends and stuff and things, and when we're saying we don't like things and we do like things, it's our opinion. If you want to do it, do it.
If you don't like it,
if you don't like it, don't have it. If you do like it, like we have to talk about something. Go on, what is it?
Geometric shapes.
What does that mean?
Like hexagons.
Oh, the hexagon names.
Hexagons.
Not a fan of them anymore.
I think they work when I've got a client that's doing like a 1920s.
Yeah, they were a bit of a weird thing when you think about it. Why hexagons? Where do they come from?
Yeah, I feel
Where
like
did they
they're
come
kind
from?
of done now.
With the swipe of colour across.
Even, the hexagon wooden frames.
Oh, yeah.
Those as well. I feel like it's just, we went through that really rustic eucalyptus era.
Yeah.
We're now coming out. Well, we're out of it,
What's
I think.
the replacement then?
Lines. Just do normal straight lines.
Yeah.
Keep the lines.
Keep straight lines. Okay. All right.
You go.
Going out. Prosecco.
Animal.
Prosecco. Stop giving people Prosecco.
Okay.
Let's spice up the drinks reception. Even if, and I know you hate it, pimping the Prosecco. You don't need to do a pimping Prosecco, but you don't need to have Prosecco. You can have, what's a cocktail? Kia Royale. You can have
Hugo's.
You can have anything that's not just Prosecco.
Okay, fine.
You'll go. Go
Go
on. Why are you being such a pussy?
Sparklers. And no. Sparklers send-offs. So sparklers, yes, but I would do them with like bridal party, very intimate, instead of dragging everyone outside off the dance floor, lining everyone up, be like, light your sparklers off each other, whoop, whoop, whoop. Okay, now what? You're dragging people away from the party to do a sparkler send-off if you're not even leaving.
Yeah, how do I feel about sparklers?
Because sparkler send-offs used to be like at the end of the night.
So I'm okay with the sparkler send-off as a send-off.
Yeah.
But the problem is your photographer's not there.
Yeah.
And then you kind of get to the point like, what's the point if
Half
there's
the
no one
people aren't
there?
there.
So my dad had a sparkler send-off actually, and it was really cute because it literally was a sparkler tunnel that went straight to the car.
Nice.
And did they even have a photographer? They didn't have a photographer. It was like an older wedding. They didn't have any of that.
Make
So
it a
cool.
send-off.
Yeah. It was a proper send-off. They were going home. I did a wedding the other day though, where we got everybody outside to do sparklers, and they had surprise fireworks.
Nice.
So that was a really nice idea. And then they even had a sax to bring everyone back in. So that was clever.
Good.
That was really well done. The problem with sparklers are they do make a really lovely photo.
That's why I think do it smaller.
Yeah, maybe with I did one at, I can't remember the venue, but we did exactly that with the bridal party. But there was a good chunk of bridal.
Yeah.
There was at least 10 of them. So they stood in I got them in like a little semicircle, bride and groom in the middle, and they just had a whoop whoop party. Actually, that's exactly what we did. We had sparklers. I completely forgot we had sparklers. But it wasn't like that was a really natural sparklers, because we were in the lull. No, we weren't even in the lull. We were in the gap between the band sets, where we had fire pits outside, we had beer pong going on, and we were like, let's just all grab sparklers. We did a boys' sparkler photo, a girls' sparkler photo, and then loads of people. And it was literally just
chill.
Funny. Yeah, it was funny.
I think it's the lining up and drag. I think winter weddings you can get away with it because it gets darker earlier.
Yeah, but we still probably did ours at about 10 o'clock.
But it wasn't staged.
It wasn't staged, no. And I have said that to a few couples before, of like, they were like, we want to do sparklers, we think. And I was literally said the same thing. And I do sometimes say to people, just have a box for your photographer that has sparklers, smoke bombs. Oh my God, I need to tell you something. Did I talk to you about smoke bombs?
But I think it has to be fun, but no, I want to hear that.
I nearly died. That's dramatic. I nearly lost my hand. I'm not even joking.
Were you stupid with it?
No. So they were doing the smoke bomb picture, normal. We were in a field, and I was lighting one to run around, like, so the photographers were with me, and I was going below them to give them, because the wind was blowing in that direction, to give a bit more colour. And it started making this noise at the bottom and spitting at the bottom. So I literally chucked it on the floor and it exploded. So seriously, guys, and I realised that I have also done photos with smoke bombs of people in the field. Do not hold them. I will never hold one ever again. They're designed to be pulled and put down. So I personally won't be doing any more weddings where we walk around and hold them. So just just saying. Pull them, put them down on the floor, and then walk around, because the smoke will blow.
Yeah.
But stop holding them. You can make that a tip, Brian, because I'm scared for people. Like, honestly, it would have actually blown up my hand. I know. It did burn me, but not bad. Sorry. But anyway, what I was saying is that box, sparklers, smoke bombs to be put on the floor, extra confetti, like just a little box of, you can use this stuff if you want to, and it's a cool photo. Because sometimes people want it for the photo.
Yeah, definitely.
You don't have to make it a whole...
Just don't kill the vibe with it.
Part of the wedding. Yeah, agreed. What do I think's going out?
I've got 2 more on my list.
You can whisper that. Say it loud.
Favours.
Yeah, but they've never been in.
I know.
Sorry. I just don't get it. Unless they're super, super duper sentimental and everyone will be like, oh my God, I get this. What's the point? Don't bother. And don't even have edible and drinking. I've gone against that as well now.
Oh, I like a good candle favour though.
You're not going to take it home?
You are. Nice candle.
Yeah, but I don't take a bag.
Shut up. And guest books. Old style guest books.
Yeah.
Polaroids, yeah. Audio guest books, yeah. Make it
Message
fun.
in a bottle, yeah.
Make
Date
it
night
fun.
ideas. Yeah, I agree. I don't know anybody that's ever opened a guest book and read what's in it. Any more going out?
I don't think so. Do you have any?
No, I don't think so. I think like you said, stuff changes and then it'll come back in a few years. It depends when you get married as well.
Absolutely.
Should we do a bitch from a bride?
Bitches from
Have you got
a
one?
bride. Yeah, I can get one. Hi, girls.
Hi.
Absolutely love the podcast.
Thank you.
I was hoping to get your advice on something, please. My partner and I got engaged June this year and have found our dream venue. We haven't paid anything yet, but got the contract through from the venue, and there is a section basically explaining that they can increase the price of the venue hire at any time. And if we were to cancel as a result of the increase, we would not receive our deposit back. Our deposit is the entire hire fee with food and drink to be paid 6 months before, and would also be charged a cancellation fee, 25% of the hire fee. Is this normal? Is this a red flag? Really unsure. Would love your opinions. Fucking hell.
Half of me says that's something that people write in contracts to save themselves.
They do with food and drink. I know they do with food and drink because
venues
of
do as well,
inflation.
though.
But then you should predict for inflation, right?
Yeah. But that's what I mean. A lot of times it's put in a contract to save their ass and would never be touched upon. However, they could put it up 10 grand.
How do you budget for that? Is there a cap?
I would go back and speak to the venue and just say, even if it's just to the coordinator, like, has this ever happened before? Do you have any examples of what it was, what it's gone to? Can I ask what your price was 5 years ago? Because then at least you could kind of get a gauge of what stuff it is.
That's tough, mate.
That is tough. I think I'd still book the venue.
No, not if they're going to add 5 to 10 grand on.
Yeah, but
you can't budget for that.
Yeah, but if we read out your contract, there'd be bits in it that imply that you could suddenly do whatever you want because it's to save your ass.
But not to that extreme. Like once sale, our contracts actually say once price has been agreed based on a product.
What about flowers?
Flowers is different because it says on the quote TBC based on size, floral, and season.
Yeah, but you could technically put your flowers up to $1,000 more than they were. I know, that's what I mean. But it's a contract, isn't it? I would go and speak to the venue and just say
examples.
Yeah, because if it's gone up £500 in 5 years, you're all right.
I'd also speak to people like look at the tagged photos. Like brides love talking to brides. See who's tagged the venue. Get a vibe for it.
Yeah. Tip jar? They don't like my tip jar anymore.
Tip jar's gone. You've given 100 tips.
Is that gone out?
Yeah.
That's out of fashion. Fuck's sake. We'll vote. I'll do a poll, and if you guys want it back, we'll get it back. Okay, you can end your stupid episode then.
What are we talking about next week?
Oh, I want to do elopements and micro weddings.
Nice.
So we will see you next week.
See you later. Bye.